God bless everybody. I pray that everyone is doing well. I just want to take this time to encourage your heart and talk about how important it is that we just put all of our trust in God. A lot of times it's hard to do that because we're walking by sight and not by faith. And a lot of times we're led by our emotions and we're led by the situation versus just trusting in the Lord and knowing that He got everything worked out already. You know, the best thing we can do is in everything give thanks. Like David said, I will bless the Lord at all times and His praise shall continually be in my mouth. And it's important to understand that when you have a relationship with God, you know that He's going to work things out for you, just like you were, like when you was a child. When I was growing up, I didn't worry about how I was going to eat and, whether, I was going to have a roof over my head or whether I was going to be clothed, because my father, my natural father, was able to take care of me. He did a great job at that, and just taking care of me and raising me. And I just didn't have no problems. And, and we have to make sure that we can translate that to our relationship with the Lord, understanding that we shouldn't worry about tomorrow. We shouldn't worry about what we're going to eat. We shouldn't worry about where we're going to sleep. We shouldn't worry about how we're going to clothe ourselves, because God already knows what we stand in need of before we even ask it. But the thing is to seek Him first and His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So we have to learn to put our trust in every situation, put our trust in God in every situation, knowing that He can handle it or give us the strength to go through it. We be looking for God to solve problems and just make ways out of no ways. And we're looking for God to just change that situation in the moment. Sometimes He's not going to change it right then and there. Sometimes we have to go through the process because we're being made. We're being changed. We're growing in the Lord. And I like to call it growing pains. A lot of times we don't want to go through anything. We just want our life to be happy and peaceful all the time. But there are storms going to come. Trouble will come, but it won't last always. So we have to be real, you just have to be realistic with what it means to live for God and what it means to live saved and what it means to put your trust in God. And I just want to encourage you to have a prayer life. If you're not praying to God and talking to God every day, then you are going to walk in fear. You're going to walk in anxiety. You are going to be worried all the time because you're not building your relationship with God. You're not building your trust in God because you're not talking to Him and you're not taking the time to listen to Him talk to you back. But we listen to the devil. We listen to negativity all the time. All the time. We listen to what the devil tells us, what we can't do, what we can't have, where we can't go. When God telling us in His word, we can do all things through Christ who give us the strength as long as it's in His will. So that's another thing. We got to know what's in His will. Putting our trust in God means I know what His will is for my life. Do you know what His will is for your life? Do you know the direction God is trying to take you? Do you know what God has for you? It is for you. So I just want to encourage you to put your trust in God. Develop a prayer life. Talk to God. Let Him know what's going on. Talk to Him. Let Him know, how you feel about situations. Don't let negativity override. Negativity really distracts you from what God has blessed you with or distract you from where God is trying to take you. So don't let negativity sit in. Don't let stuff sit in and cause you to lose sight of what God has for you, because it's so easy to lose sight because we're focused on what we can't do. Instead of focusing on what we can't do, let's focus on what we can do, because God has given us the strength and the ability to do what He's called us to do. So let's just focus on what we can do and let all the negative things go away, because the negative things is not going to build us up. It's important to focus on the positive things. So I just want to encourage you to put your trust in God, know who you are, walk in the purpose that God has called you in, fulfill God's purpose in your life, develop a prayer life with God. Develop a prayer life with God. Talk to Him. Let Him know what's going on. Understand who He is in your life and understand who you are and what He purposed you to be. And I pray that this was a blessing to you. Y'all stay blessed.